Yeah.
Hello, 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 everyone. We are live. It's your girl, Callie, Montique, and Dr. Joy Pre-PhD. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 3. What did you call it? What y'all think? Was it good or what? Kathy and them? Is it still Kathy and them or has it changed?
She obviously carried the show. Isn't that crazy? Like, what else happened this season?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
I really can't remember. Like, what was the first?
Dorit got robbed. Erica gave back her
Dorit.
earrings. Crystal apologized to Sutton because Sutton yelled at her like she was a 10-year-old child.
Oh, Diana. You're right. Yeah.
Diana was the sucking of the lips. And Garcelle is the people's choice. So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, we know she's gonna win. She's up against those other folks, and they probably will beat her. I think Chriselle
Who
might
are
beat
the
her
other
again.
folks she up against?
Chriselle is from Selling Sunset. She won last year and it was off of sympathy because she got dumped and cheated on, and they just fell in love with her. But it's Chriselle from Selling Sunset, Kenya and Candy from Atlanta, Kyle and Garcelle from Beverly Hills. Who else is it? Is that it?
And y'all, Montique said the People's Choice Award is for those needing sympathy.
They got to give for an emotion because it's reality TV. You can't give for acting. What are you going to give a reality TV award for? It's got to be off of being a villain or a sympathy or. It's got to be that.
Everybody that the people love.
Right, it's the people's choice.
And you either love them or love
sympathy. That's not sympathy. Because if that's the case, Erica Jane would win every year.
I don't think so.
People have sympathy for her?
Y'all should. And I'm going to put all y'all on timeout for not.
Oh, okay.
For what?
For everything. Putting up with you guys.
All right. But anyway, y'all, I've shared it to a few groups. So let's do our rating. And then I'll tag a few people while we rate. And then we'll get into what's going on. So who wants to go first? Callie? What would you rate? Do you want to rate the reunion as a whole and then this episode? Let's do it that way.
I would give the whole and this episode a 5.
The entire reunion and this episode. Okay, what about you, Joy?
I thought the episode moved well. Like, it didn't feel like, other than talking about Reynolds recycling, it didn't feel like a lot of fluff. I felt like they got to the nitty gritty.
I felt like they repeated the same topics these last 3 weeks.
Like what?
Well, how many times have we talked about Erica's stuff? How many times did we talk about Kyle and Lisa?
What's Erica's stuff? They only talked about her mother for a very short time. I don't know what else Erica does. I mean, and Erica was a specific time. He asked her one question, and she did what she should have done last year.
Okay.
And say, my lawyer, whatever it was that she said 3 times to Andy. That's what she should have said last year.
Okay.
Appealed for legal reasons. For legal reasons.
Right.
For legal reasons.
I can't talk about it for legal reasons. It ain't a person in the world that wouldn't have believed her. Period. Because most lawyers tell you not to say nothing. I've never had a lawyer. I can't even imagine a lawyer not saying, Erica, don't talk about this case on this show. Could be sued for malpractice. It doesn't make sense. It's not even like she tried to play the woe is me. Oh, this is me. Look what happened to me. She was so concerned about Tom, we couldn't feel sorry for her. Had she been like that,
it's so funny to hear that.
We would have, because I don't think there's a person in the world that watched this show for real.
Are you mad about asking for earrings?
That believe that Erica had anything to do with the theft of that money. Tom don't even seem like the kind of dude that's gonna come home and talk to her about his life.
Well, we would never know now because he would, he has dementia. He doesn't remember what he did. Let's just blame it all on Erica.
There's a 30-year gap between them two. He was having an affair with the judge, who I'm sure he probably decompressed with.
Do you mean the judge that you denied?
He probably told her more.
You thought the picture was fake?
No, we thought it was old.
I thought it was weird. Who sends a man a picture with some blue jeans on and a sweatshirt on the bed, like with her legs kicked back?
Sexy. Well, let me rate because I hadn't even rated yet. We done start talking. Okay, right. I'm gonna give it. I think
a 7. I say a 7 and a 7.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna let people in towards the end because I think people gonna want to come in and talk. Potomac things that come up. Hold on, let me get my notes out.
Right.
Because I have a lot.
It started with, I can tell you what it started. It started with them asking a question that I was disappointed that we didn't know. Which was what happened. Why was it funny when Kyle and Dorit was talking about what happened with her son, Marcel's son.
Well, that's not how it started. It started.
Well, I'm gonna say everything we say. What you say, Callie?
That's allegedly not how it started. She said that's
and our opinion and entertainment. Okay, I have that. I don't know. I'm all out of order.
The show started with them talking about Erica's drinking. They showed a montage of her drinking and falling down. And then they asked Garcelle, when do you think she started having the problem? As if Garcelle was her doctor. That's how it started.
No, I think they asked her that because Garcelle was one of the main people.
And they didn't say, when do you think she had a problem? He asked her, when did you see the situation as a problem? Right. And Garcelle said it was, she didn't even think about it until the situation with her son happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I agree with it. Like, I was just like, you're blaming it on the drunk. He was drunk, so-and-so. He was drunk. Like, I personally liked drunk Erica. She was different. This was probably the real her. Because if you watch the show from the beginning, the person she was the first 2 seasons is not the person that we're seeing today.
Oh, no.
So, I liked her. I thought she was funny. And no, I didn't necessarily see it as an issue. To be honest with you, I can't imagine going on a reality show. I don't even drink, but I can understand that my nerves would be running, especially under the spotlight that she would have. So I could see her wanting to relax. Now, I know that there's a difference between relaxing and being drunk. I'm not silly. I'm just saying I understood, and I thought she was funny. And when you're not doing any harm, I think it would have been funny. I don't think this would have ever became a narrative, but she became mean and drunk.
Mean?
Yeah. Well, she even admitted that. She said that when she drunk, she got mean.
When she was mean,
that's why she went to therapy.
She wasn't. So the drinking picked up for her this season, it looks like, right? But she had been accused of being mean before that.
I'm just saying she was mean to a child, particularly. I think that had she had just been drinking, I think this would have been a totally different narrative for her. She was funny to me. I didn't even like her, but I thought she was funny. I mean, I thought it was funny when she asked Garcelle, did she need to go pee on the new girl? I thought I'm still tickled about it. It made me laugh. You know, and when she was talking to the camera about stuff and talking about her old life, I felt that. I didn't have an issue with her drinking at all until what happened with Jax. Because it ain't like we see this every day. We know they make a call sheet. This could be 2-3 weeks apart from each other. We've never even heard of her drinking out loud or having a DUI or any of those things that, you know, you would associate with drinking. I never heard anything like that. So I don't think that I would have associated her drinking with an issue at all until that situation happened.
Yes. And then at Diana's house when she said she fell.
I even saw it's holidays. That's probably the first holiday party they've been to in 2 years. I don't celebrate holidays, but I see a whole lot of people drunk around the holidays. I didn't necessarily see that as an issue. It was a private party. It was 15 of them there. I just didn't. I thought it was fun.
I don't know. I think she's drunk more than she's ever had in any season, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm sure it is. That's the reason why Karen don't drink.
Yeah.
She got loose lips.
Yeah, so I think that's why it was kind of different because she normally doesn't let people see her that way.
Yeah.
But did y'all notice that there were no husbands at this reunion? And I thought that they would at least be there to kind of talk about why they laughed or why Mauricio thought it was funny.
Do they ever come? Because I don't remember them at any reunion.
I don't know.
Like all the reunions that I watch on Beverly Hills, none of those men have ever gone. Reunion after reunion after reunion. The only ones that stand out to me who bring their men are like Jersey did. At times.
Yeah.
And
Atlanta. Most of them
a part of Married to Medicine is the husbands.
And they used to come. So Atlanta and Married to Medicine brings their husbands more than more than the others.
I'm sitting up here watch it in my head, thinking about the reunions. I don't think they ever had a reunion with a husband.
Well, I know PK went to one during Pantygate. That's all I can remember.
He had to be real early.
Yeah, he went during that. But I guess it just depends on whose husbands want to be involved.
Pantygate was when Erica didn't have on.
Yeah. I guess it's whose husband wants to be involved, and maybe they didn't. But I really felt like I wanted to hear what their reasoning was for thinking that it was great and it was funny that her son got cussed out.
Well, I think what they have said about that is that it's not so much that she cussed him out. It's just they have not seen her let loose like that.
Yeah, I think that I said that. Yeah, ever.
And so they thought it was something they enjoyed. It was fun to them. So I think it's kind of bad that it happened, but do you feel like she singled him out? That Erica singled him out?
She said she didn't.
Yeah, but did you?
No, I don't think she did. No. I just don't feel like if their kids would have got cussed out, they would have thought it was funny. That's why I think it's an issue.
And it was crazy because Kyle's excuse was she didn't see it in person, until she watched it on the show and she was horrified. But I was like, how was that even funny? Mm-hmm. Like, even in context, out of context, just completely out of context. And you heard, girl, so-and-so cussed out so-and-so's son. The first question you say is, for what?
Right.
Nothing. He was picking up some flowers and she just told him to get the F on and da-da-da-da-da. I would have been like, why would she do that? Like, I don't understand how even in that way, a general conversation, it can be funny. I could understand.
Why I wish they was there.
He was looking underneath her dress, so he had grabbed her phone or he had done something that she misinterpreted. I could maybe understand that. That wasn't the case. And then, I don't know if y'all peeked because I did, because I asked the same question. When Garcelle said, what does he getting flowers for his mama mean? Like, she got that mama. Mm-hmm. The way that she said it was very mammy-like. The way that she said it, because I thought it was just me. Yes, Garcelle, if you listen, Garcelle, that's why Garcelle said, what did that mean? It was, go back, she didn't say his mother
to go watch it.
Or his mom or even his mama. It was, you have to hear how she said it.
Now, who said it?
Dorit. It almost had a racial undertone underneath. I noticed they didn't say
get that feeling at all.
I didn't either. I have to go look. Okay. Let's kind of move on. Do y'all remember them questioning PK and Mauricio about EJ's, them laughing about the neck and the foot? Were they on the reunion for that, or how do we hear them?
The neck and I don't know about that.
Remember when she said, "We're not gonna do the brain, we're gonna do the ankle"? Oh, and then they were laughing at EJ.
Was that this season or last?
Last season. Did they have the men on for that or no?
So funny.
Okay, somebody just asked that question. Hi, Gator. Don't forget to hit the like.
I don't remember them asking. I don't remember them asking about it.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, so what other thing did I have in my notes? I know I just have some. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. Let's talk about. did you think Erica's answer to that was it could have been anyone? It wasn't Jax. Do you think that was
go ahead. I
go ahead.
liked
No.
her answer. I liked Erica's answer and Garcelle's because she when you talk about own it, that she owned it. She couldn't have you couldn't have asked for a more thorough apology and explanation. She said, because it doesn't come from a mean place, it comes from an irresponsible place. She recognizes it. To me, that's being emotionally mature, to be able to recognize, and I don't even like her, but I can recognize game. I like to see women tell their real selves instead of making up excuses because they don't want to be vulnerable. So I respected her when she said that. And Garcelle's answer was perfect when Andy said, well, what did you think about the apology? And she says, well, people tend to own it. And she said, I had to accept it. It was a thorough apology. She did that when she apologized to Garcelle. I thought it was a thorough apology. She handled everything. She didn't leave anything open to believe that she didn't feel the way that she felt. Like, well, you don't have no recourse to come back, and Garcelle is correct. You look like a crazy person if you do.
When Garcelle accepted the apology on the show, in my opinion at the time, she accepted it more so because Erica said what a good mom she is. I don't remember exactly. And she said, oh, well, it's nice hearing that from you. I accept it. But when she was asked about it by Andy, she kind of took that back and says, well, you know, when I sit back and think about it, I mean, I told her I accepted it, but people are always apologizing and kind of not really meaning it. It's kind of, she said something along those lines. So she took back, it kind of negated her whole, initially when she said,
I think that the difference between is hearing about it and seeing
points, but I don't really accept it now. That's
the way I think the difference is she heard about it versus seeing it. I think that's the difference. When you hear about something and somebody apologizes to you and you accept it, and then you're watching it again and you're like, oh my God. Like it's crazy. It was the whole situation was crazy.
Because she said she didn't really see it. So that's when she saw it. She was like, oh, shoot.
It ain't no really. She did see it. She was actually in a car. If y'all go back to that scene, he went back into the building to get those flowers. They were already in a car. She hadn't seen it. The same thing Kyle said. She hadn't seen it. She only heard about it. So when you're watching it on TV, you know, you kind of think in the back of your head, the teenager must have done something, even if it was minor. It may not have wanted a cussing out, but you would think something minor may have transpired that she misinterpreted and responded that way. That just wasn't the case.
I don't know. I just, do you think that did you think Garcelle forgave Erica now, or do you think she's still upset, or what do y'all think?
She's still upset about it.
Oh, she definitely upset about it. Her whole face was red when, like, they kept showing her face. That's the thing that ticked me off about Andy. You know, I want to give him a benefit of a doubt, but he could recognize clearly that Kyle was upset, but he could not recognize in real time that Garcelle was. But the camera did, because they kept going back to her red eyes. And they kept going, and it was almost uncomfortable. And you're not seeing them because they're focusing on Garcelle's face, but in the background, you're hearing them kikiing about something. I can't remember what it is. They're laughing and giggling while she's obviously bothered, and he doesn't pick up on it. And you know, there are reasons, some uncomfortable reasons that we really don't want to talk about. I'm gonna leave it there.
Let's leave it, y'all. Okay. What else we got? Let me look at my notes. I hate that happened. I hope they can mend it, because I do feel like Erica's possibly gonna come back. Let's see.
I think Erica could come back. I wouldn't be crazy about watching this show if Renna does. Because I mean,
I'm about to
make
switch
her a friend or
out.
something.
Okay, you fix switching things. People can't comment again. I've been trying to fix it, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
they can comment.
Even in YouTube they can, but on Facebook they can't for some reason. I even tried and it wouldn't let me. See if you can. Oh Lord, Callie's me again. All right, if she okay. So Erica described, because we were talking about her drinking, and we didn't say this, but I do think another reason why she drinking was because she's going through a lot, and she just wanted to kind of forget and numb the pain.
Yeah,
and that's
she
why
said that too.
Therapy, right?
Yeah, she said that also. She said it was to numb her pain. She was going through a lot, and she didn't want to have to remember it. So I don't, I understood that. She is going through a lot, and then. People are upset with her because she doesn't act the way they think she should, and she's going. She herself is in the midst of trauma. I mean, not nearly like the people that the victims, but in her mind, she too. She's going through it.
It's working. What are y'all doing on Facebook? Are y'all
I
actually?
Just inside. You see, I just
are you actually on Chatter Up? Because I just said hello. Are you actually people on Facebook? You have to go into Chatter Up and actually comment under our live.
Because it works.
It's working for me too. Anyway, so hopefully y'all can figure that out. So let me go back because I just did it. And Joy did too. And we technically not savvy all the time. So yeah, if we can do it, y'all can too. Let's see what else I got. I just don't understand. So Dorit in this situation was like, it hurt me deep. It was like somebody stabbed me. And I'm thinking, no, it was not, because you laughed. So I think that they need to get her together.
Well, she didn't laugh at first.
Yeah, at first she didn't.
Yeah, I think that's what she was referring to.
But then why would it be funny later?
Because she's with people that were laughing about it. No explanation as to what was funny about it, but that's why it was funny to her later, because everybody else was laughing.
So she just was a follower.
Yes, her and Kyle. Her and Kyle were followers.
And Kyle, they laughed because their husbands were laughing, is what she's thinking.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to talk about Erica? She said.
But I'm like, when Kyle was telling the story, it was almost like it was butt gusting. She couldn't even get it out. It's not like she was having a conversation. She was like, did you hear that so-and-so? Like she was giddy. It wasn't like, girl, did you hear so-and-so? And then somebody laugh and then you responded by laughing. Because that happens. But it was like, it was butt gusting fun. It's crazy.
I'm trying to show them how to do it. Their names are coming in. Okay. So what was I about to say, y'all? I lost my thought. My Dory's back. Okay. So Erica in one breath, because it was weird to me. She was like, I don't care. There she goes. I had to tag a minute. They found it. So she was like, I don't care about any of this material stuff. You know what I mean? And then the next sentence, she's like, I'm keeping these earrings for legal reasons. So which one is it? Is it both? Could it be both? Kelly I think everybody's having difficulty.
Ask that question again.
All right. So EJ was saying that she didn't care about material things. All the shit can go, right? That's what came out of her mouth. And then the next breath, she says she's keeping the earrings for legal reasons. So if you don't care about she even said the house can go, this can go. But if she didn't care about that, why would she keep the earrings? What are they?
That house was never hers anyway. That house Tom owned with his previous wife. Yep. So she wasn't getting that. She had no parts of that. If he died in her arms 5 years ago.
Does he have kids with that wife? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
What does he have? 2 sons?
I think
from the first wife, I believe.
I don't know. I know he has a son that's a lawyer. I do remember that. But she's full of crap. Why would you be fighting that the earrings lawsuit? The difference between that lawsuit and all of the other ones, they're like lump lawsuits. They're like suing for a whole bunch of stuff. So she has, I agree, every right to try to fight those. The difference between the earrings lawsuit is they had evidence to show that shortly after Tom took X, Y, and Z, he bought $1.4 million earrings. That's the difference. So when they went after that, they could finally have something tangible that she was a benefactor of specifically. And because of that, they went directly after that one item. So for her to be trying to fight to get it back is disingenuous, because that one, out of all the items, they know that after he took this money, he bought some earrings.
Another thing is, if she's fighting these battles for these earrings, how much are these lawyers? Is she going to end up spending $700,000 to keep the damn earrings? Like, I don't.
Right. I tend to think that Tom is still paying her. And this is the part, and this
Tom
is
is
the
still
reason
paying what?
why people don't trust her. While nobody believes.
You broke out for me, at least. Tom is still paying for what you say?
I didn't finish it. I'm about to, though.
Okay.
I said, this is why most people don't believe her, is that while nobody believes she actually was involved in any way of actually taking those people's money, at some point we do believe that she found out what was happening within these lawsuits. And I do believe she and Tom sat down and had a conversation, and he was trying to save her a little bit, because I don't think he didn't like her. I think he's trying to protect her. I think they stashed some stuff because it's too much of a period of time between dates that we know that are undisputably that she knew in February of 2020 that Tom was stealing money, but she filed for a divorce in November of 2020. So it's a long period of time between we only know that date because she had a court deposition that she was preparing for. So we know she knew by then, but she could have known earlier. We just don't know. But we know that she had a court date February of March something, and because COVID hit, she never set for their deposition. It's just certain things that are fact that we can look back on. So there is this belief that there has been some money that's plugged, and I'm sure it is, because Tom ain't staying at this retirement home because he cute. Like he somebody is paying his bills.
He has to be getting some kind of money from somewhere. And I feel like for her to be fighting for some earrings, she's gonna spend the 1 point whatever million on lawyers just fighting for him, when she could just not have to pay that money just to keep these earrings. I don't know.
They're one pair of small studs.
Right.
It's not even like it's this dynamic hoop with hundreds of diamonds. It's 2 big diamonds. Some you look like you can get at the beauty supply store for $1.99. As a matter of fact, you get like 20 of them in a whole bunch of sizes.
Well, I don't think that's the purpose for her. I think the value of them is what's important to her, because first of all, the earrings are about to go up for auction. So if they actually sell them, she's not going to have an option to come back, and they're not going to take these earrings from whoever buys them and give them back to her. So she only has a short amount of time to be fighting for them anyway. I don't think it has anything to do with the size. I think it has more for her to do with the value of it. I don't know how much she's paying her attorney, but if she's really dishing out all this money and she had these earrings that
you went out, Kelly. I think it's storming out.
If she can get any kind of money out of the earrings, I think that's why it would be important to her. I don't think she'll have that option, considering the auction is about to start, but I think that's her purpose.
I'm just ready for something to happen so we can move on from the earrings, because I feel like she's putting this extra negativity on herself that she don't even need to, because she has other earrings, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Do you think that
it doesn't make sense? It's not even like those earrings are attached to 10 things and 5 of them she feels legitimately of ownership of. I would understand why she was suing. It would make sense to me. I know why she in some of those other lawsuits, because it's lumped in to a whole bunch of bull crap that she probably had nothing to do with.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything she could say that you would understand with everything she's been going through.
But do you feel like you understand it though?
No, I don't think anybody does. But yeah, if it were my option to keep a pair of earrings that cost that much, and that might be my only source of income,
I'm too far down. You would fight.
To me, it felt weird, or maybe it's just the kind of person that I am, that these people on the show were so upset with her for her reaction to the hell that she's going through. Mm-hmm. I don't get that, because they want her to act a certain way, or I can't defend you if you're saying this or that. And I don't think she needs to be defended. She's fighting for herself every day, and nobody else is. So if you think about that, when you know you were fighting for yourself all alone, do you just give up and giving it, or do you keep fighting? Erica is keeping the fight going.
It just depends on if it's worth the fight. If these earrings to her are worth the fight, then I say fight. But I don't know why they would be. It's not like her grandmama gave them to her, or they're a family heirloom, or she has some type of soul tie to it. It's just a pair of earrings.
Y'all keep forgetting that there was a court case that said that these earrings are directly linked to money Tom stole.
We're not forgetting that.
Even with that, I don't even with that not being a fact.
That she bought and put in her ear, and somebody is trying to take them because they feel like
right. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
If that was not the case, these are it was if they actually went through the courts.
We know.
All right, so let's move on from the earrings, y'all.
Thank you.
Do you think so? I was going to move on, but let's ask this one question. So Andy asked everybody, would you give these earrings back? And everybody that answered said they would give them back. And Dorit said it.
Yeah.
And
but why did you ask?
Go ahead.
Question has come up so many times, and everybody has already said no. Why do you think it came up again?
I don't think they said no on the reunion. They rehashed stuff on the reunion. That's on the reunion. For. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So I think he was just getting clarification, like, now that you know this has happened, because Erica said, I've been winning lawsuits. And he was like, I understand this.
She won at one lawsuit, and she should have won, because that was the lawsuit that tried to, and that's why I was saying some lawsuits I get. That lawsuit was trying to say that she directly took money from that crash in Chicago, because the reason Tom really got caught is because of the case in Chicago. Right. Those people actually sued. And he don't have no control over Chicago courts. That's really the thing. The ones in in California, he manipulated. He couldn't do that in Chicago.
Right.
So she shouldn't have been. That she has, as a matter of fact, and if I want to say, I thought that was a criminal. That one could have led to criminal charges. Because Tom not going to even get criminal charges. Did y'all know that? Which is insane
we know. To me. Yeah, they're civil. Everything they're going through is civil. So,
Jordan, you don't think she should be excited about her one little win?
It wasn't. I mean, they all, assuming if she wants to call it a win, that's fine. They also closed it without prejudice. Or is it with prejudice?
So they can open it back up if they want.
They can open it back up. They haven't just closed their case.
So are you saying that she shouldn't be able to be happy about it because it might be real?
I can't judge whether or not, if she want to be. If she is, good for her.
She just won one little case.
But I mean,
that's what Andy by so many different things on so many different jewelries and money and bank accounts and MXs and all that. When you,
I think well, let
her have her moment.
Let her have she is the moment. Okay, anyway. So do y'all think is that why she's having this beef with Dorit? Because Dorit was like one of the only ones that was like, I would give it back. And then when Kathy said, I didn't say that slur, Dorit was like, I didn't hear it. So it seems like now Erica is trying to fight with Dorit, and she said that PK and Dorit was going to get divorced and all that stuff. Do y'all think this is why she's kind of turning on Dorit?
Dorit is an easy target. I've been saying she's the weakest link. Because that's what she almost needed to go, because of her and Renna. It would be a totally different show if those two left. Just period. And Dorit and Erica didn't even like each other.
Oh God, they hate each other.
Like, how do you go from hating each other to being part of the fake Fox 5 or 4 or whatever? Like, they just flat out didn't like each other.
Yeah, they hate each other. I don't know. All right. So we'll see.
StreamYard will come up.
She was letting people know that they could come on later. So we shall see if this is the way they're building the storyline. I don't, or if they really are mad at each other or what. Because they all want to come back. So then while y'all ready to talk about Kathy?
Did y'all notice that Lisa talked different to Kathy? She was almost like this, like the whole time. Kathy, you know that's not true. It was one little point where Kathy said something. She said, "You want me to tell the truth?" She came out of that. Yeah. I actually remember that. I was like, "Uh-oh, here it comes."
But Lisa she was like, she roused you up. She roused you up, and then she sits back.
What do y'all really believe
you
about
look like a fool.
But when Kathy said this, almost shut her down. Do you really want to go there? Like, for real, for real. Like, and she was like, "Oh, Kathy, come on." Like, she's really weird to me. Like, it's something.
Hey, we see somebody in the back.
Oh, that's David. I came in the living room because I was home with my daughter upstairs, and he called and said he was going to a game, so I just wasn't expecting him to have 6:30.
But so let's get to Kathy coming out with her. She didn't have on her slippers, which was good. But she came out with shade because she first came out and she said, Andy said, "Do you not know how to DM your husband?" And she was like, "No. But I did do the Lisa Rinna where I posted it and took it down 10 minutes later."
She was shady. She came out.
I loved it. Rinna just sits there and she just acts like she's a princess.
I'm telling you, she got something on her.
But I believe it. I really do. I believe that a lot of what Rinna is saying, I really do. And I think that Kathy knows it. And so it's easy to pull out other people that Rinna has done wrong to. And I think Kathy is using that in her favor, which I get it.
I would.
I believe there's some truth to it. I don't know about everything.
Oh, yeah. I think that Kathy had a meltdown. I think
she had a meltdown. I think everybody
I don't think she beat on the wall. I don't think she stomped on her glasses. Now that I don't. Mauricio is home. If Mauricio is home,
she probably has an extra pair.
A narcotic break, would you not call a doctor and get Mauricio? Why would you go and text Erica? I don't understand that.
And this is the part that kills me. This is how I know they leaked it. Do you remember, Montanique, when you and I talked about, one day we were talking about what a story is? You had a story, 2 stories. I had a couple of stories. Callie may have remembered one. We're thinking these are 4 different narratives. There were all leaks. And if you think about this, in both of these negative situations, interaction, Kathy was alone with Erica. And and with Rinna, she was alone with Rinna. But every detail that they claim was leaked.
Yeah.
Every detail.
I tweeted that too. Like, if you are the only one that heard it, you leaked it, or you gave it to somebody to leak.
Yeah,
it came from you.
Unheard of. Every detail. We thinking, well, we heard this could have happened. We thinking one narrative was true. We never in a million. I mean, it was down to they tried to get the Michael Jackson song. She tried to buff up. He told her to F off. Like, that's what we heard. Every detail.
What did Diane
heard?
Diane said that. What did Diane say? Because Diane made it seem like she gave money and he played the song. But then Kathy said when she tried to get him to play the song, he wouldn't take money. So I'm like, I don't understand. Is he going to take the money or not? But he didn't take Kathy's money because, she went up to Cal upset. So did he take Diana's money? and not Kathy's money? Is Diana making this up? Like, I don't understand that either. Do y'all remember Diana saying that?
I really do think they're all liars, and that they, in retrospect, they wanted to change the narrative from Erica. They all got together and decided to go against Kathy. And Kyle may or may not have been, and I'm leaning more than a may not, but she gave them the fuel, gave them the match, gave them the wood when she said, "I'm glad somebody else is seeing this behavior besides me."
Yeah, because I cannot believe you go against your family like that.
I mean, can't either. And then cry.
It just amazes me. That is weird.
She was the victim. She made herself
and I think
victim. Like
it's in her Kathy name. Was so mad too. I don't even think she was as mad as Lisa as she was as her sister. But Lisa was getting the wrath of her anger towards Kyle. Because Kyle was sitting there crying, making it seem like she was accused of saying a slur, that she was accused of stumping the wall and having a psychotic break and being crazy.
Yeah.
And not her
sister. The fact that your name has been drugged through the blogs for 10 months. Like, it's Kathy, nobody has ever accused Kyle of anything. We got that she was a victim of this situation against her sister, but you quick to defend Dorit to over Garcelle, but you don't say nothing to Lisa. You don't say nothing. I mean, she was trying to defend Erica.
I'm up twice. Look, I'm on thing because I don't feel good, y'all. So I feel like I look crazy. But another thing. Let's see what else. Because so Erica, and I want Callie to be on here, so I hope she is.
I am.
Erica wants us to believe that she heard this slur, right? Mm-hmm. And Kathy said that Erica didn't have any credibility. So I want to ask y'all this. Would you believe a woman who said it snowed in Pasadena, that the wreck was at a switchback and her 85-year-old husband was unconscious for 12 hours, that she told the doctors to operate on, is Callie, are you doing this? Because I'm not. She told the doctors to operate on the ankle and not the brain. And her son had a car crash and flipped 5 times and walked away with no pain, no scathe, no nothing. Who do you believe?
Erica.
You said
just fact.
Who do you believe?
Like she's a liar.
All of them are, like you just said.
All of them are liars. Yes, they all are. But I mean, I was thinking like
I actually haven't. What has Sutton lied about?
Oh, come on now. You know how you are.
I asked you a question. Objective. My whole thing is you saying they all lie. I can actually think of a lie that Lisa Rinna had. I can actually think of one off the top of my head.
The barbecue sauce. No, the tomato sauce.
Right. That's a clear one.
I'm sure Sutton is live, but I don't know of anything.
It wouldn't matter.
What has Garcelle?
It wouldn't matter. I want to know. What did she lie about?
I would have to look and see, because everything that comes out of her mouth to me is a lie, so I would have to double check.
But everything, then you should be able to rattle it off.
I mean,
show next to Lisa Rinna. Y'all don't ever want to discuss that though.
What now?
Sutton is the biggest bully on the show next to Lisa Rinna.
Oh, okay.
Just sit and think about how she sat there and yelled at Crystal and Diane and tell me.
Yeah, she just yelled at them so hard. I felt bad for them. I felt bad for them in that situation. Okay, where else did she bully?
But did she not though? Did I misinterpret that scene?
No, she yelled at
one-off doesn't make you a bully. It makes you an a-hole in that moment.
Oh, just that moment.
Do it consistently, it needs to become a pattern. Like everybody can have a bad day though. And it was a situation where Crystal really did. You give the impression that she was trying to accuse her of sexual assault. And she was confused.
And being racist.
Right. And that would even a whole year later would basically insinuate that she's racist. Like, for real.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out where she lied. I think they all probably do lie, but I just can't think of nothing where she lied. What else do I have? So what do y'all think? Because somebody was saying, I believe it. And then I said, well, if you believe that Rinna witnessed all of this, why do you think Rinna did not record? And then they were like,
it didn't happen. Now, I believe she probably did holler and scream in that moment.
Latoya, did nobody say yelling makes you a bully? I gave one example of her bullying symptoms.
But that
just one. There's definitely been more.
It was a response to that stupidity that Crystal was doing.
It must be about her miscarriage or her bed rest, or which part was stupid?
I said specifically Crystal, because that's what we're talking about.
Well, okay, well, stupidity about what? Diana. Stupidity about the leather pants or the $8,000 Poochie dress? Which part was stupidity?
8,000. What kind of dress?
That Poochie dress she had. I remember that thing. It was a hot mess. So which part was the stupidity?
I'm trying to figure out what's the association is this to them being a bully girl.
Bullies are smart. Yeah, you're right.
Well, then if that's the case, Candace is a bully for saying neck, ankle, and
that's body shaming. That's definitely body shaming. And anyway, she's another one that's like Crystal. This week, this girl.
Oh my God, you should not have brought up Candace.
Giselle of sexual assault.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not going there. That's why I said I'm moving now. I tried.
I'm glad I said that only as this relates to Crystal. Maybe it's a millennial thing that they kind of over. Is she considered a millennial?
Who got Candace?
No, Crystal. I know Candace.
But they said that she 39. She said she was a millennial. I did not know that. But okay.
Yeah, because if she's a millennial, it may be a millennial thing. The hyperbole of words, taking words out of context. In my opinion, because they don't know. It's just like people carry narratives like they true, but you can't explain them. It's almost like they're trying to change the definition of words to fit a narrative, because that's a thing with younger people. And
it could be. I mean, so what's I gonna say next? So why don't you think that Rena didn't like turn on voice record? Or I think she was I think she was really saying you're preaching to the choir, like egging her on, like, because such and such and such and such. I think she played a part in Kathy talking about people.
She said it.
And if you notice, Brenda said, she said Sutton was this, she said something this, she said Cal was this, but she never said that Erica and Rena was anything. Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, so Kathy talked about everything but you and Erica. That's why I don't believe what all she's saying. I just don't.
And she may have said something like, my sister, I'm sick of her. I just can't believe that she would do all of that and her brother-in-law was in the house.
Right.
I don't believe it. Was she like, I'm ticked off? She could even drop her glasses. I'll even give her that. She may have even with her blind self walked into him. But I don't think she was jumping on him and banging against the wall.
Honey, she got old skin. You do not bang on the wall with 63-year-old skin and not have a bruise. I don't care what nobody said. I was
surprised that nobody said that. And Mauricio didn't hear none of that.
I don't know. I think Rena exaggerated. I do think she had a breakdown though. But I feel like if she was really doing all that, I think Rena would have went to Facebook Live and Instagram Live, honey, because she would want everybody to see it. I just don't think she would have just
even if she just heard voice control, not video, we would have heard something.
Mm-hmm. What else do I have? Oh Lord. So Callie, you were saying that you thought that the people that Rena named, and I'm sorry, that Kathy named that Rena had bullied were bigger bullies than Rena. Like LVP, Camille, Kim, and all them.
I think I said that. Lisa Vanderpump is a bully to me. She was mean to everybody. She's the reason I stopped watching the show. And I didn't start watching it again until we started doing our, more talks about them.
Yeah,
I was always kind of mean and underhanded with her actions. Just not my kind of person.
I think she was sneaky with her actions. Like she used Brandy. Like
she could use somebody, but I didn't think she bullied anybody.
She didn't do a lot of stuff directly to people. That just wasn't her. She wasn't like that. She would do like probably Kathy Hilton. She's a woman of class.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna stab you in the back, you ain't gonna know it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know it's coming. Yeah. So because I don't think that we may ever see the real Kathy Hilton, because she is, if you watch them, even her daughter was like that. they're almost stern. Like even when Paris would tell you something she really likes, she's like, that's hot. Like
like no emotion.
Yeah, no
Very
emotion.
nonchalant.
So I could see that.
Now, what do y'all think about the uses of words by Rinna? Because she used, I was abused, I was traumatized. If I would have kept it in, I would have had cancer. And she just kept using I was afraid and all this stuff. But Crystal used the word violated.
Yeah.
And everybody was in an uproar. So why do you think it's okay for Rinna to use these words and nobody said anything to her?
Well, I think that people don't really know Crystal. We still really don't. Because she's another one that's stern like that. But I don't think anybody really believes Rinna. Even if you really like her and you don't like Kathy Hilton, you know she's just using hyperbole. Nobody believes that if she holds us in, she's gonna have cancer. Like at some point on the show in real time, oh no, that was Quad. When that's what the kind of stuff Quad does. Where in real time you got the people like, oh Lord.
But a lot of people are upset about the cancer thing. They did not like her saying that.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I didn't really take a lot of notes, which is funny. I think because I was watching it, I was so engrossed with it. Let's see what else I have. We already talked. Did we talk about how bad she was crying and being the martyr and all that? We talk about that.
It irritated me. And I really do try to give her a benefit of a doubt because, you know, I can't imagine what it's like to grow up with three sisters, being mindful that by the time Kathy was grown and married, Cal was only 10.
Oh yeah.
When Kathy got married to Rick, they dated as teenagers, and they got married when Kathy was 20. He was actually younger than her, but when they got married, she was only 10, and by then her sister was so popular. And while Kyle did get stuff here or there, the middle sister was everything. Her Kim was everything. She financed a family. But even though Kathy married Rich, wasn't nobody really interested in celebrities like that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think she's a little jealous of some of them how popular Kathy is, or what do you think
I think they were very bothered by that because Kathy is what the show would have liked to follow from the beginning.
Yeah, they did have them at first. They had LVP and Adrian and all the people at the big houses. And
like these people, those are the really, really, really rich people. And I think that I think taking Kyle was almost like a settlement, Kyle and Kim, but I think they wanted Kathy because, I mean, y'all have to remember that this was 13 years ago, 12 years ago, 13, maybe more when this happened. And this was probably at the end, if not the complete end of Paris. I know Kathy Hilton through her daughter, period. And I'm a woman of a certain age. I ain't as old as Kathy. Right. But you understand what I'm saying? I didn't know her. If you had showed me her in a picture 20 years ago, I wouldn't have known who she was. But because of Paris Hilton being so popular, and I'm not going to say I was a fan of her show, but my daughter was one of those. She was maybe about 12 watching.
I love The Simple Life.
Yeah, that's what it was, A Simple Life. And I think I watched with her and thought it was kind of funny. It wasn't vulgar or anything. So, yeah, it was kind of funny. But I'm like, Kathy had a long name. I don't think she had any reason to be jealous. Like for real, if you really think that if she didn't want to and Kathy couldn't get her daughters to have a show, people would love to see that.
Yeah, Paris has her show, and that's coming back. Do y'all know that? That's coming back to Netflix. They got a second season.
Okay.
For her wedding.
That's what I was saying. Like, y'all don't think that? So when people are asking, it's just like, I don't think she's jealous of Kyle. She doesn't have a reason to be.
Also, do you think they're jealous of her?
I
don't think they are jealous of Kathy Hilton now at all. Maybe before.
I don't think they are.
But now, Rick and is that Mauricio? Mauricio and Kyle are very rich now, and so she's getting a lot more spotlight than any other family member right now.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't think that they're rich? I don't think they're about for the Bravo popularity, because if y'all listen to Reasonably Shady, Giselle and Robin was talking about how the people scream for them. They did, but more people scream for Kathy Hilton than anybody else. Right. And she's just a friend. Like, she's not even a full cast member.
And I imagine there is a group of people that really, really like Paris Hilton. That could have been their introduction into reality shows that are, because Paris is 40 something, 40 or 41. So it could be a large group of people that are still associating her with her daughter. Like this, I think that her appeal has been her daughter. And the fact that she's kind of dingy and she's very relatable. Of all the women, she seems kind of normal, almost goofy. Like, who wears house shoes to the airport?
Not I. What do you think about Kathy telling Renna that her contract came up?
It was true.
I was just hoping somebody was going to ask Andy. Is that true?
Right. Is it really coming up?
It's true though.
It's got to be. Did you see their faces? Did you see everybody's faces when she said it? Like, oh shit, this is true. So I don't know. Okay, Tori's in. And then I don't want to talk about this rumor that I heard. I don't know if it's true, but they're saying that Cal has deleted anything associated with Erica and Renna from all of her social media, and that most of the cast has unfollowed them.
Well, she should have done that to Renna a long time ago, years ago.
But why is Erica involved? Why is she doing it to Erica though?
Erica gave the most. People could have. They wouldn't have cared everything she had heard Renna say, but Erica said she said something I don't know if it was racist or homophobic, because they beat the mess out of it.
It was the F word. It was homophobic.
Oh, was it? Okay. You sure?
Which could be easy to prove to me. You just go and ask the guy that or pay him off so he won't say nothing. So I don't know.
That could happen.
Yeah, I don't believe much of anything that they're talking about there. I believe some of it is true and some of it is not. And Lisa Rinna knows, and that's what I put in our message today earlier, that the only reason I think Lisa may really be lying is because she didn't record it. Lisa Rinna getting that kind of dirt and you ain't gonna record it,
right?
Rinna. Yeah, so they all shady.
We all. What that Maurice? Who said we all liars? I'll be honest, we all liars. Was it? Yeah.
Who said that?
Martell played a song. I'll be honest, we all liars. And then he had like the cast members. I was like, okay. Anyway, Tori, what you got to say?
Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, it's some things that y'all missed that y'all didn't talk about.
Okay.
The first thing I want to talk about is she's a hoe. So Erica said she had a roster, okay, of men who basically she had sex with. Did anybody else hear that?
Do you believe that?
And nobody said, "Girl, aren't you still married?"
Well, but he's a senile, and so it's fine, right?
And in reality shows, marriage don't mean much, so nobody would ask.
So I
think the main thing was like, do y'all? What you say, Tori?
Is she under Diana Pimpship? You know they say Diana with that Jeffrey Epstein and the madam, and you know how close Erica been trying to get with Diana and all kind of stuff. So has she switched careers?
If you can get paid for it, why do it for free, Erica? Why do it for free? But the one thing that I think she's lying. Anybody who talks about sex that much ain't having sex that much. What y'all think?
AKA heavenly.
I don't
I
think
think
so
the
because
same
Candy
thing when
talk
I hear
about
a
it a
guy
lot,
talk
and I
about
think
it that
her
much
talk
too.
get
You ain't
in.
got nothing to show off.
Right. If you hear a guy bragging about it, he ain't doing nothing. If he is, he doing it to himself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So do you believe that Erica's a HOE, Callie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
say if she can make money, do it. She needs it. I'd rather her do that than keep the earrings.
I don't care what she does.
Well, she said she wanted to be a dominatrix, and she wanted to have, what does Candy have? She wanted to have the Pretty Miss Dungeon.
Oh, good for
Y'all
her.
don't remember her saying that?
I mean, I'm sure she could sell some tickets to that.
Yeah, I would go.
Mauricio be the first one in line.
What else did we miss, Tori? What else did we miss?
Okay, also with Garcelle, when y'all was talking about Garcelle and Joy was talking about the forgiveness and all of that, I think Garcelle's point really wasn't about forgiveness. She was saying, you know, in this particular group, the sorries really don't mean nothing because they think they can say sorry real quick and everybody should move on. So she has no choice but to forgive them because if she don't, she'll look bad. That's what I think she was saying.
You know what that made me think of? When you say the sorries don't. Oh shoot, Dory. Okay, never mind. Go on.
Come on, I want to know.
Hold on. I can't. Hold on. Just go on. Dory.
Also, do y'all think that Dorit is kind of separating herself a little bit from the Fab 4 or 5?
I think so.
It seemed like that.
It seemed like it. She really, and it seemed like Cal was kind of separating from them too. But though, did you catch that when Lisa Rinna was kind of interjecting into the conversation between Kathy and Cal? Nothing was said, but as soon as Dorit said something, she told Dorit to butt out. Cal did. She was like, "Be quiet for a minute. I want to."
Okay, I remember my thought. I'm sorry. Oh God,
okay,
Dory. Sutton. Okay, was that on this episode when Sutton was apologized to by Crystal, or was it? Oh, yeah, it was Lisa Rinna. When she insisted that Lisa Rinna apologized to her, and then she came back and says, "But it's a pattern. It's a pattern." So Sutton, this entire season, and
I miss you. You went out
for someone to apologize, and they apologize. She doesn't leave it alone. She sits there and says, "Yes, but it's a pattern." And Lisa today was like, "Guys, I really am." And then the ugly leather pants girl, "Yes, I said I'm sorry." I mean, so why does she like push that? Because we all know these apologies really don't mean nothing, which means Sutton should know that too. Yet when she gets her apology, she continues to push it. I wouldn't,
because she wants her apology to mean something. That's just what Garcelle said.
And that's my point. And we know it's not going to mean anything.
Continue the behavior.
We know it's not going to mean anything, especially when you're getting yelled at by your mother Sutton to give it. Stuff has to be genuine.
That's it. That's what. Yes, she deleted all their photos. Oh, that is true. I read that. Yep. Okay, so it says the Bravo TV alum deleted all of the photos of her and the two women together shortly after Rinna took to Instagram to weaponize the assault claims made by Kathy's daughter. What assault? Oh Lord.
So this is out. This was dirty too, because people been talking about this. Okay, so apparently Paris was sent to some boarding school or something.
Yes, she was forced to go to that boarding school by her mother, and it wouldn't right.
And while the boarding school were abusing the children.
She wasn't forced, but go ahead.
Heavily abused.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. The issue is they just had a conversation about abuse and not going after children, grown or not, because they all grown. Why did she then go after Kathy?
Because Lisa was the one who said, "You put my daughter in the book.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?" And then you go after Kathy's daughter. But I will say, yeah.
What? Say that again, Joy.
So the whole situation that happened between Garcelle and Rinna, remember about the book, and the argument at the reunion was she said a couple of years ago when they first met, they had a handshake agreement that children were off limits. That's why she said that she would take it out of the book. She apologized. She rectified it moving forward. And period. She didn't even make up an excuse or try to explain it or anything. If she did, they cut it out. So here it was. She's now basically accusing Kathy of allowing people to abuse her daughter.
Dead wrong. She dead wrong for that.
And she didn't allow it, because I'm just gonna say in those rich circles, because even Carol Stanberry,
are you sure about that?
Even Carol Stanberry from
She didn't allow it. How would she allow
Ladies
it?
of
She
London.
don't know.
That's what they
Boarding
do.
school
Well,
girls,
how it happens, Latoya, if somebody tells you something, you don't believe it for whatever reason, you don't take it serious,
and you
move
also
on
have
from
to
it.
remember that Paris was going to this school because she had been kicked out of like 14 other schools. Paris had been dealing with she was the reality is Paris was an issue child. She was a child that wasn't
doesn't excuse anything.
It doesn't, but so you send them away. So of course they're going to say something is happening to them because they want to come home. But
is that the reason you're saying that maybe Kathy didn't believe it the first time she heard it?
I'm sure it was.
My God. You mean to tell me your child can come and say something that's serious to you and you don't believe it?
If I had a child, I can't remember how many schools it was, but I think she said Paris had been kicked out. She had been kicked out of more schools than she had been in school.
But you're using that as an excuse not to believe your child.
Okay, it
happens. That's ridiculous, Joy.
No, Joy, calm down, Callie.
It is. You calm down, Latoya.
What you need to let her know is Paris recently came out about this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, right. And Paris said it was horrible. Paris said it's the reason she goes through so much hell now in her life.
Kathy did not know any of this until her daughter came out and said it as an adult. So how can she save her child if she didn't know anything
by not sending her away? Do you think if she continues to get kicked out of multiple schools, the thing to do is to send her to another school?
That's what they do. Rich people do that, Callie.
Well, and how's that working out for them?
I mean, I don't know, but that's what they do.
We do know because Paris said it was complete hell.
I don't know.
Well, let me give you a little bit of background.
Paris said it was complete hell because she was abused.
Let me tell you about
but she didn't say that till now.
She said it before. Somebody didn't want to listen.
How do you
know? The whole documentary.
Oh, I didn't watch the documentary.
See.
No, she did. But anyways,
Latoya, watch the documentary.
I watched the documentary.
You obviously didn't watch the documentary, or you would be paying attention to the facts.
My next.
Who did she tell, Callie?
Kathy gave me life.
Kathy gave you life.
Kathy did not back down. She admitted to where she was wrong at. She took ownership, and she did not allow Lisa to manipulate or lie. I really like that. So it makes me ask y'all this question. Do y'all think Garcelle prepared Kathy for the reunion?
I think Paris did. I don't think Garcelle did, because Garcelle can't prepare damn self. But I think Paris did.
Well, I think Garcelle is just authentic.
She just fed up. Yeah, she was being herself. She was finally being herself. I think her Paris did, and maybe one of her hairdressers helped her prepare for this reunion.
What is she? Y'all remember exactly what Kathy said to Renna that made her go back to the a voice again? She said something specific that I said I wasn't gonna forget, and I didn't forget. Where she was just like, it's like even her voice changed, almost like she leaned to the side and was like, are we really gonna do this?
But
because like for real.
Yeah, with Renna, what she does is she goes at you real hard. Even like when Kim gave her that bunny, she made herself a victim in that moment by crying, even though she had Kim so wrong. But Kathy didn't let her manipulate her into it. She stayed with it. She stuck to it. She didn't let Renna's little quiet.
That just drives me crazy.
It drives me insane. And I'm an only child. And if anybody did that to my sister,
I kind of think this was Kyle's way of staying neutral. If she remained the victim, maybe her friends would stop beating up on her sister. I really do try to give her the benefit of a doubt, but I remember thinking that.
But that didn't work with Kim. She ran out of the restaurant when Kim almost got shot.
She didn't act like that with Kim. She didn't really act like that with Kim. She actually is the one that exposed Kim. So it wasn't, the guilt part wasn't there. I do wonder, was that her way of trying to get her friends to stop or give them a reason to stop, because we don't want to hurt our friend, because she doesn't want to be able to say, Rena, stop. Just leave my sister alone. Whatever's going on between us over here is between us. Right. Mind your business. Because she had no problem telling it to Dorit. Because y'all heard when Dorit stepped up, she told her, let this be between us. Yeah. With authority. But she won't tell Rena that.
Why do you think that is?
I think she told Dorit that
may
because
have been a part of it.
Taking up for Kathy.
That's why I think that she may have been I think there is this sick part of Kyle that when Kathy came on and was so popular, it irritated her. Mm-hmm. Because this was her show where she was the star. And her sister, who don't know Pink from Posh, cannot come in here and take over my show. And if y'all knew the real her, you wouldn't. I mean, just listen to what she says about her sister. And I try to give her benefit of doubt, but it's so many things that I don't think she hears, that we hear, that actually comes out of her mouth. Like, she calls me, but I don't want to talk to her. And when I do, she complains. So you're literally saying your sister reaches out to you, but you don't really take her call. And of course, it's kind of like defeating the process, defeating the point where you have a grandmother who wants to see you and who's nagging you and nagging you and nagging you. And then when you finally go see her, she nagging you the whole time. So instead of going to see her 15 to 20 minutes, you just don't answer her phone at all.
Just get it over with. I don't know. I don't understand her. She cried so much, it just didn't make sense to me. And I do like that her sister said, you acting like you're the martyr here.
Yeah, she is. She was. It was weird. But I think that's what she wanted. I think that's the element that she wanted. She wanted, I ain't going to even go with the Karen process.
The white tears, because she had them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she wanted to be the victim here. And she could be the victim on both ends. But had she could have been the hero had she been able to say, Rena, stop. This is messing with, or just be honest, this messing with our friendship. And that's the difference between having that I did not like about Beverly Hills. Like, I watch it a little here and there. It does have good scandals, but most of these women are emotionally mature. Like, they never really tell you how they feel. They come up with creative and manipulative ways around it. So you have to psychoanalyze them, but they're not mature. They're not emotionally mature.
Not even Erica? No, I'm just playing. She's not.
She can be. She can be. Actually, she's pretty expressive. She can be. And I thought Kathy was, when she was telling, like, she was honest about why she was so frustrated with her sister. When she said, and that's being vulnerable, she used words that I don't even think I would have used. I would have come up with creative ways to say this. But she said, I felt insecure. Now, this is a woman that has the last name that's worth $33 billion. And she's telling her sister, I felt insecure. You were talking about my clothes. I didn't know if I could get in the club. You was talking about
Yes, she did. She said, I want to make sure I can. And I think that's another reason why Kathy, not making an excuse for her, but she was on edge going into that club.
Yeah.
She really was.
This is a woman that has lived her life off being in a certain kind of way. Her appearance, her reputation was important to her. It's the kind of no different than Sutton. When Sutton was like, I don't want to be associated with you because I got friends in real places. That's why we were talking about long money. Kathy is associated with long money. People were saying that Erica was. I was like, Erica married into that. Tom was 63 years old. They made movies about him before she met him. No.
Do y'all agree with this? How many families will Lisa Rinna try to destroy? When Kathy named those people, they came with families that Lisa Rinna hurt by trying to hurt them.
I don't want to hear my answer to that. I'm gonna tell y'all anyway.
Tell me, girl.
Okay, Lisa Vanderpump as an example. Was she a nun? I mean, Or was Lisa Rinna retaliating off of something that LVP did? Does
what did she
remember?
do for her to do it? Like
what
retaliation caused
remember
her to be mean to her while her brother
no,
her mother died?
Okay.
I'm just trying to say, what did she do to cause?
Well, okay. I'm asking, was there something that she was retaliating?
I don't remember
watching it because of LVP. So my thought is, I mean, what in any situation she's been in, what made Lisa go at a certain person? I mean, I don't.
She doesn't. She doesn't. It had nothing to do with Lisa at all. But Lisa doesn't want people in her life. She doesn't want people to know why her husband's always.
So you trying to say she's the Giselle?
She's the Giselle, but she's on another spectrum of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, because I would like to think she's simply defending herself from what was started, and she did it better. But
none of these.
I was asking the
she
question.
Always latches on to somebody else's situation. She did it last year. So
why do we like that? Because she's been one of the biggest stars on the show.
Because she probably asks questions that we all want to ask. Or she'll take it to a point, she'll take it to places where it's just so it's entertaining. And you may or may not be crazy about the other person on the end.
I think what made people stop liking her, which I didn't watch this season, and I think I may need to go to, was how she did Denise. I think Denise made people start realizing what Lisa was doing, because Denise was like, bravo, bravo. Like, she would bring attention to it more than the other people would just sit there and let it happen. But I think Denise was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm doing a cease and desist. You're not going to do this to my family. Like, and it brought Lisa's crazy manipulative ways out in the open. So this season people were ready. What is that?
Me.
On what?
I'm looking through pictures and
what are we on? I look cute right there, I think.
Like
I know both y'all there.
But I think Lisa was doing that before that, because when she accused Yolanda of having a fake disease, that was a situation that she latched herself on to, that she just had no business. I mean, even when Kyle with and Kim, like even if Kim is a flat out drunk, like what business of hers?
But when you said the Munchausen lady,
I
didn't see her initiate.
I can't believe I remember it flowed out.
Like, I didn't see her initiate anything with anybody. So now that
Yolanda,
Yolanda Hadidi,
it was really just lemons in the fridge.
Yeah, I didn't see her start trouble. She was kind of defending herself to Rinna, so that kind of answers my thought. Maybe it's not just about her retaliating; she's kind of just starting crap.
I think she
Rinna and
Chantel said yes.
Yolanda was on that show because her husband was so connected. Like, we got Babyface
on
the episode because of her. Because
of her husband,
Lisa Rinna, and what makes her go after people. And we're going back to different seasons.
Rinna sees this as a soap opera, so she looks for reasons to jump in. Like, just think, why would she be mad at Sutton because Sutton said she paid for a table? Like, she was going to make that her storyline.
Yeah.
Until her mama died. Like, I want you to, like, I'm finna. Sutton apologized to her 3 times, but she keeps coming back. I will hunt you down until you die. You know,
my baby.
Lisa. Yeah, I know. And she was, and what about this? I want to say this. So Andy was like, Kathy was screaming at me or yelling at me, and then Andy said to her, "But you yell at people," and she said, "So I don't understand why she feels like she can do stuff to people, but when people do it to her, it's an issue."
I want somebody on that show to turn all her words against her if she does come back. Like, do you know the first time she ever got mad, even that day when she said she will hunt you down until you die, I would have leaned over and said, you're angry.
Yeah, you're being aggressive.
Right.
I would turn her words like, "Oh my God, you're yelling at me. I might have cancer if I don't get this out." Like I would even pretend like I'm acting badly. Like I'm telling you, and that's an element of here. They need some comic relief. That's what Erica did at the beginning of the season. I thought she was funny. But anyway, that's what they need to happen. They need to turn her words against her.
Oh Lord.
Sounds like maybe that's what
Candace done went live on something, y'all. So we're gonna share it in a little while. Anyway, y'all ready to get off here? We got anything else?
No, we done.
Let me look through my notes real quick because y'all.
I was just sitting up thinking. Let me look through.
Look through your notes. I think I just did everything.
And takes over.
Oh, there is this picture that's been floating around the internet of Kyle, and it's like me.
She is. She's so.
Oh,
I don't know.
I forgot to show y'all this. Did y'all see this picture?
What's it?
It's of Dorit. And look at the couch.
Her tan.
What?
The couch.
Her tan is all over the couch.
Oh, I can't see that. Is that in the message? I can't see that picture. Small.
Oh, you can see it.
It's visible. That girl is spraying herself brown.
Well, I thought when you didn't tell me the people that go and get spray tans, it just wipes off that easily when you not.
Don't you have to she must have just got it because after a while it sets in and it won't do that. So she might have just got it.
I'm just thinking about some of the girls that model and might get sprayed because they need a tan look or whatever. And you mean tell me it's getting on all the clothes they're modeling so they can't even really be sold?
I think they probably do it a day or two before. I think she might have done her that morning.
What is this story that I keep reading about?
Oh, of course.
And it keeps coming up about this.
I don't know how true this is, but allegedly Rena, and I did show y'all the picture. She had on her Instagram or whatever a picture of her holding a gun. And then she took it off in 10 minutes, like Kathy said she does. And then they're saying she took it off because of a hitman. It was some kind of cue to a hitman. And look at thank you. Remember to chatter up, and everything we say is allegedly. But that's it. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about Potomac, but honey, they're a hot mess. Anything
okay, else? I think we're are we done?
Get ready to piece us out.
Save yourself.
What did y'all hear about?
We don't have anything else on Thursday. So
Zodiac. Oh, so did y'all see this picture posted?
Yeah, I saw what Rena did too.
And then Rena said, "I'm just doing my job."
Yeah.
Wait a minute, show it again. I didn't see that.
It's a picture of all the women that Rena had issues with.
Oh, okay.
And what she did to them. And then she saw it. That lady is
about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but we're going to spend about 5 minutes talking about other hot topics.
Real quick. I had another one I wanted to tell you, but it left. Dory got me. Shoot. Oh, well. Oh, I was going to say, y'all, we want to know that we don't have anything else on Thursday, so we may just be doing, sorry, y'all, my dog's going crazy. Huntsville and what else? In Potomac and Married to Medicine for a while. Then
do you ladies want to go live when they do the earring auction for Erica Jane?
What do you say? I'm sorry, my dog. I went on mute. Do I want to go live for what?
To see the Erica Jane auction.
What is that?
They're auctioning off Erica Jane's earrings.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. It starts December 7th, I believe. Mm-hmm. I posted it on our TikTok.
No.
Yeah,
we can go live. I want to.
And then you can go register and you can get emails and texts or whatever.
Are you gonna bid on them?
I'm just
Callie,
saying.
are you gonna bid on the earrings?
Heck no. My retirement funds ain't that long.
Maybe her boyfriend will bid on them and she can get them for real. Maybe one of her sex partners. Because I mean, wouldn't you want your sex partner if you're doing that?
Do you think her and Candy Burris could ever get together and do like a
dungeon? They should.
City by city dungeon.
Well, she's trying to make the appeal happen before.
Yeah, it has to happen before then, because if they get sold, the judge said there's no coming back.
Yeah.
So
So yeah.
All right.
And
Is there anything else happen
I
outside
can't
of
think
this?
of anything else. I will say Candace and Buffy, they used to be on Married to Medicine, are arguing. Candace put a post about some people are so emotional, and then people started talking about her and showed her all her tissue
Buffy?
papers, pictures.
And what side is Buffy on? Because Buffy was the one that was so emotional for Jackie, right?
Right. Both of them are more. But
I watched part of that. She started off talking good about Candace. First of all, no, she didn't. She actually spent the first few seconds, like literally saying, I know you the one that sent me all those adoption pictures, and Candace is sick if she really did do that.
I don't hope
like,
she didn't do that.
She flat out accused her. I can't remember. She was like something about fertility and dead eggs. Like
she said,
it was
what? You know,
horrible.
Let me start off. Buffy was happy that Monique beat up Candace. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, are you saying because Candace sent pictures to Buffy?
I think in response.
Buffy's alleging this.
Yeah.
Not Buffy.
No alleging to that. Bring out the proof.
Well, I'm just telling you. She said, I know you the one that did. She did a lineup of things that she did to her butt. And then she was like, but I agree with, she told me, honey, you didn't broke the fifth wall. And I don't blame you for responding the way that you responded. She reviews the show.
Okay.
So she was on her side in regards to when Giselle told her
about Chris.
Whatever it is about Chris.
And now they're fighting?
Or well, that's because
she just responded to it.
Her video, and basically was just like, one day I'm gonna leave this app, and when I do, I can't remember. Of course, she was using some
will be found.
I don't remember what she said, but basically she was saying, when I leave this app, I'm gonna leave this app. It's sad that people want to hold on to basically reality TV, not app. She was talking about, when I leave the show, I'm really going to leave the show.
She's not going to review a show.
Oh, that's what Candy said? Okay.
She didn't say the word review. She didn't, but I'm just telling you how I took it. Basically, she's like, when I leave reality TV, I'm gone. I ain't going to be sitting up here trying to critique everybody else, you miserable soul. So that's where, she did that. I can't, you want me to find a tweet? Because send
it to me. Because video is what I'm about to tell y'all. I'm going to send it to y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to y'all. But she put a post about being emotional, and it was towards Buffy. But everybody is now ragging on Candace because they say she's more emotional than anybody in the world.
Well, no. Now, if you're thinking now, come on. If we're going to talk emotions, we got Buffy in one hand and Candace in the other.
Yeah.
Who's more emotional? They
neck and neck. They neck.
Or Buffy's pretty high. I mean,
not today, neck. Not today.
I'm like,
emotional than Buffy.
I thought body shaming was bad. It's only when you talking about Giselle that you can.
What's tell me the body shame.
You don't think talking about her neck and ankles is body shaming?
Well, I was asking. I didn't know that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I don't see nothing wrong with her neck though.
I don't get it.
I think it's something to say.
It was like,
since it ain't nothing wrong with it, I think it's okay.
Built well. She don't have cankles. She got big legs, and I'm like,
she got cankles.
They know what black men are.
She got
those aren't cankles. Cankles actually is a disorder. It's actually a deformity almost of your leg.
Well, her ankles and her legs.
Did Hillary Clinton really have them, or were they just trashing her when she was running for president? Because that came up a lot in her campaign.
I don't know. I never paid her ankles any attention. That's weird to me. That's something men would like.
They try to make jokes.
Who looks at a woman's ankles?
Donald Trump.
Y'all follow us on all of our stuff. With this QR code, we done went off the rails. I don't even know what happened.
I will say this. Wait a minute. Somebody on Twitter did say Kathy defended Kim more than Kyle did.
Yeah, she did.
And all she said was, "And what you did to
my sister?"
Right, Tori. We love them all. Okay, y'all read this. Piece it out.
Deuces.